how do we determine what percent stake of the company we should give away to the venture capitalists or angel investors? Yeah, that's a great question. So just understand that if you're going to go down the path of getting money from venture capitalists, that by the time your company goes public, you will almost definitely own well under 50%. But you'll be worth a lot more if that's important to you. But you'll get diluted a lot. So just understand that and make sure that you only get founder-friendly venture capitalists or angel investors to invest. And make sure that you do your background checks, if you have that luxury, on your potential investors. Because like a bad marriage, people get divorced. It is what it is. But you can't get rid of a bad board member. You know, when somebody invests a lot of money in your company, quite often they have a fiduciary duty or a fiscal responsibility to report back to their investors how their investment in you and your company is doing. And so they'll join your board. And if they're a thorn in your side at every board meeting 4 times per year, once every 3 months, it makes your life hell. Yeah. So just be really, really careful with that. But in general, the way it works is when an investor approaches you or vice versa, you then, it's like you're dating and you have to meet a bunch of times first before you get married, or it is what it is. And then it's kind of like there's something called a term sheet. And a term sheet is a non-binding legal contract. And it's like 10 or 15 pages. And the term sheet just determines what the terms are of their investment in you, in your company. And you need to decide with them how to appropriately value your company. And the best way to value your company is to create a financial model, which I teach in my MBA degree program, and figure out how much money, revenue-wise and earnings-wise, longer-term your company could make. And then you put on a valuation multiple based on similar companies. And then you discount that back until today. And you never want to value your company too high in the early stages. Otherwise, you'll be walking dead. You won't be able to raise more money. I'll give you an example. Let's say you just started a company. And let's say somebody approaches you and says, I'm going to give you $1 million right now for your company. And I want to own 1% of your company. Let's say you strike that deal. So if $1 million equals 1%, that means the company is valued at $100 million. If you do that and you own 99% of the company, on paper you might think, wow, man, I'm worth $99 million. But that's not the right way to do it, because what will happen is you'll never be able to raise more money. Because if you raise more money, other investors won't want to give you money at a valuation above $100 million unless you have a cure for cancer. And your existing investor, the one that invested $1 million, won't agree to you raising more money. Because if you want to raise more money, you're going to have to raise it at a much lower valuation. So I always recommend setting the valuation low, but not too low. It's more of an art than a science at times. But I recommend setting the valuation low initially. Yeah. And in terms of valuing your company, you got to look at similar companies in your industry and create a financial model, which I teach in my MBA degree program, to discern what the valuation should be for your company. But I always recommend erring on the low side, meaning undervalue your company so that you'll be able to raise more money in future rounds, because doing a down round is sometimes terminal.